up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to... Is today Monday? Today's Monday. Welcome to Monday night. Today's Tuesday.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, it's Monday.
It's the wrap-up.
It is the wrap-up. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is... That's right, baby. We're the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
Classified as a touring acoustic duo, crashing kitchens around the country. We do it every Friday, and we do it
for free.
Tonight, we have a fantastic guest. 3 of them, actually. Stellar, upstanding, 10 out of 10, incredibly good-looking individuals will be joining us that are... one is a getaway driver. The other one suffers from vertigo, and the other one is a seamstress that knits his own clothing out of cotton he's grown in his backyard and has created his own line of headphones.
Yes, none of
that is true at all. We just made all of that up.
It's a lot of fun, and they're great guys. We just had a short conversation before the show started.
Yeah, it's true.
And matter of fact, if we could ask the producer to do us a favor and not put us on the screen at the same time as these guys.
No.
It's just gonna make me look like
I feel good about myself, but then when they get on the screen, I'm like, man,
damn, I need a haircut.
Sean's beard is fantastic. Like, I feel like I should just get rid of this because I can't even hold a candle to his beard, which I probably shouldn't do anyway.
Speaking of haircut,
fire and facial hair don't get along very well.
Shave these parts of my hair.
That's right. We're getting there. 15 more Twitch followers, and the great Commodore brings back the Tomahawk. 15? Yeah, we're at 35. We're at 35 followers on Twitch right now, which is super freaking cool. I'm really looking forward to that. However, once we hit 50, the great Commodore and Holly Stoobs, I believe, is going to be bringing back the Commodore's Mohawk, which he emotionally misses. And I think you rock a fantastic Mohawk. Not everybody can do it, but you kill the Mohawk.
It's the receding hairline that helps.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It just helps with like the dynamic aspect of the Mohawk.
It makes it easier on the hairdresser as well.
The receding hairline. I take advantage of my receding hairline. Great to see everybody. Shauna, great to see you. Thank you guys for spending some time. Lisa, Lynn Floyd, hello. Lisa Baker, what's up? Jen Hogan, good to see you. Matt McIver from Northern Ireland, good to see you, my man. Lainey Lerner, great to see you, love. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Snuggles in the house, and we most certainly appreciate you guys spending some time with us. This is the weekly wrap-up. We go over the last 6 to 7 days of absolute insanity, give you a little bit of a preview of what we got coming up in the future. And tonight, we're going to burn through that real quick, and we're going to chat with Stolen City, an incredible trio out of Ireland, which has been making some serious waves in the music industry over in Ireland, and we're really excited.
They sound good.
Oh, man, fantastic. I delved into a bunch of their music today. Right now, they are on a little bit, I don't even say a little bit, they're on a big bit of a lockdown in Ireland.
It's a full-on lockdown. It's an official lockdown. Yeah,
it's an official lockdown. So these fantastic gentlemen can't even be in the same room as each other, or the building as each other, I would imagine, because they're all on lockdown, which is probably good, because if you put all 3 of these guys in the same room together, the sexiness level will just burst right through the building, and I think everything will burn. You can walk. We don't want that to happen.
You can walk within like 20 yards of them, and you just start losing attractiveness.
Yeah, or you get closer to them, and you get more and more attractive. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm scared to find out. I think
it'd be worth a shot.
Yeah, I think it's worth a shot. You hang out with these guys, all of a sudden you just feel more confident, you feel stronger, you feel more intelligent, you feel more robust, and then Sean gives you some of the DNA that he uses to grow a fantastic beard, and we all get great beards.
I wonder if some of the music ability will like
hopefully
absorb some of that.
That'd be fantastic. They kill it, man.
Because they meld well together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They sound really well together.
Oh yeah,
you can have 3 fantastic musicians that sound like crap together.
That's true.
These guys are not that.
No, they're 3 fantastic musicians that make magic together. Magic. Wink.
Magic.
I don't know if they're all single. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll ask them.
If they are, they won't be for long. Not after they meet this crew. Great to see you guys, and thank you for spending some time with us. We most certainly appreciate it. So let's get to it, baby.
What has happened?
Last Monday, we had Peyton on, Peyton and Ryan, which were absolutely fantastic. Ryan was an incredible musician, and Peyton is an incredible musician in her own right. It's a Peyton Gilliland. Gilliland.
Very good.
Peyton Gilliland.
Very good. I'm not going to try to say it.
And she's phenomenal. She is a up-and-coming artist. She's a young artist. She's a Nashville recording artist as well. We got to spend a lot of time having good times. We talked about the fantastic table that they had. It was probably one of the best tables that I've ever seen. You can find all of her...
It was the table from Batman.
Yeah, it was the table from the Michael Keaton's Batman. Like the Michael Keaton.
Could you pass the salt?
I don't even think I've been in this room before.
I'll never forget that line. I use it all the time. I don't think I've ever been... That's right.
Yeah. So we were really happy to have Peyton and Ryan join us last Monday, which was really great. We got to listen to a bunch of different music. They debuted an unreleased song, which was freaking incredible. That was really, really great. We walked through the writing process that she goes through. Her and Ryan go through the writing sessions that they have, and how much music comes out of all of the individual musicians. They create this outstanding hierarchy of songs for them to choose from and decide what they want to delve into. and the music they played was emotionally charged. Like it was really, really good.
I want to go back and watch the show again to listen to Empty.
Yeah, Empty was so good, man. It was really, really good.
Really
Empty
good.
was an unreleased song, and the guitar and the vocals right away within like the first 15 seconds had me locked in.
And I know,
I was like, this is going to be a great song.
If you hear a song for the first time and it's an acoustic, like you're more prone to like, hey, I like it as an acoustic song. You should leave it like that. But then like if you hear it with the full band the first time and then you hear the acoustic, like it's it's one way or the other.
Right.
But they said that's gonna be a stripped down. That's gonna be that.
Which
kind of song.
I agree with them 100%. That's exactly what it should be. That's exactly what it should be because it was a beautiful, beautiful song.
We're biased.
That is true. We're acoustic musicians, so whatever. But it was so we got to listen to Ghost. That's about long distance relationships, and it was really interesting to hear the content that she had and the emotional lyrics that she used at such a young age. At 18 years old, singing about things that, I mean, some people have taken years and years, decades to experience stuff like that, but she really harnessed it and she got right to the heart and soul of it. So you guys got to check Peyton out. You can find all of her music all over Spotify. Absolutely incredible musician, fantastic creator, and I'm excited to see her career blossom. And it absolutely is,
really
and
great.
It will continue to.
She was really great, but like you pay attention to the lyrics, I pay attention to the guitar.
Oh, and Ryan was killing it, dude.
I couldn't stop watching his fingers.
Yeah, Ryan was killing it, man. He was absolutely incredible. What a fantastic musician. His harmonies were on point. He was such, you could tell he's been in the industry for a while. He loves Nashville. He absolutely adores music. And I think they sounded really good together. Like Stolen City, they just mesh really well together. Peyton and Ryan sounded really, really fantastic together. They complemented each other and it was just absolutely beautiful.
Chemistry.
Oh yeah. What's up? We got live music in the house. What's up, Mike? Good to see you. Marcio, good to see you, my man. We also have Mike Manley. Good to see you, Mike. Great to see that name fluctuating in the comments there, buddy. And Hanging with Web Show back in the house. Good to see you guys, and thank you guys for spending some time with us tonight. So we closed out with Elevate on Monday, and then we did a little TPJ by Thomas Carter Rochester, a very, very good friend of ours who has created an absolutely incredible song and a little video that went along with his quarantine. He entered into a competition and won. Not only did his individual creative video that he made about his quarantine life win, but the song itself, TPJ, has inspired a 5-song EP that he's going to be working on. Fantastic. So a huge shout out to you guys for joining us last Monday. Last Tuesday, it was chock full of covers, baby. Last Tuesday's poll was all cover songs. On Wednesday, we played them. We had Come Down, Pardon Me, Teddy Bear, Linger, and 3 a.m. We rocked that on Wednesday at 7:05. It was, we did play Teddy Bear for Mama and Papa Floyd this day 63 years ago, 53 years, 63 years ago, 63.
I was going to say 65.
That day 63 years ago is where they met. Is when they met, which is super cool. My parents just celebrated their 50th anniversary this past August 29th, which is super freaking cool. So we rocked 3 songs that night. Then we did a little flip the piggity pick. We rocked a little Wasting Time for Kevin B. Blood because he jumped. You did. He jumped into the feed. It was really good to see Kevin pop in there, man. And he loves Wasting Time, so we rocked that for him as well. So we had a nice little set on Wednesday night, man. It was good fun. Times.
We played some stuff.
Yeah, we played some stuff. It was good.
Stuff.
It was.
We
good
had
votes.
to sneak in an original there.
Oh yeah. Well, we like to play music.
And it's our show.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
We're gonna play an original.
That's right. Laura Burke knows already. Stolen City are amazing. I agree, Laura. Laura knows what's up. I get that 100%. Oh yeah, I like you, Laura. You're fantastic. This past Friday, we were at Kaluos and Gina's. We were at Kaluos' house, and Gina was there as well. Yes. The Lazy Asian.
Gina was so funny.
Was that?
Let me take that back. Yes, she was funny, but the two of them together, all night.
Yeah, they were cracking me up,
super
man.
Super cute.
Oh
laughs to no end. It was fun to be there.
It was really good. We had the menu for Friday night was awesome. It was a vegetarian-based menu, so we had vegetarian Japanese curry, which was freaking incredible. And then we did a homemade miso soup, and then we did some mochi at the end of the night, which was really awesome. I've only had mochi ice cream. I didn't even know that there were other types of mochi. I had no idea.
That was very interesting, mochi.
I don't doubt that for a second.
It was very interesting. I'm not scared to admit that I like the ice cream better.
Yeah.
However,
fantastic.
That was very interesting, and it was delicious. It was like I think the first one that I tried, that was their favorite. It was the red bean mochi. Mm-hmm. It was super sweet.
Yeah.
Like I think of red beans, and I'm like, that's not going to be sweet.
I've had red beans and rice at Pollo Tropical, but never in my mochi.
Nope. And it was delicious.
Man, you guys got to try it. When she first showed me the mochi and it wasn't in the freezer, I was confused. I was like, you know, this is gonna melt. This is gonna be bad.
We're not ready for those yet.
We're not ready for those yet. They're not ready to go.
Yeah.
But man, the menu on Friday night was so good. Kaluas and Gina, we had such a great time. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us and for spending Monday, Wednesday, and an incredible Friday with us. This Monday, tonight, we have the wrap-up. We have Stolen City joining us. This Wednesday is another You Pick 2 show, and this Friday is Friday the 13th. We're headed to our good friend Heather Bedore's house. She's the host of Still Serving. She was one of the first, the pioneers, if you will, for the social media websites trying to keep people in touch with restaurants during the COVID lockdown, trying to keep them moving, keep menus out there, keep store hours available, and keep a communication operating as a middlewoman to make sure that the community was intimately in touch with the owners and operators of all the restaurants so we can keep this Orlando area flourishing with all the local eateries that were experiencing some hard times during this entire experience, which has been worldly.
And she did good work.
Oh, she did fantastic work.
She
Fantastic.
kept it alive.
She was featured. She was featured on Orlando Magazine. She was featured in the Orlando Sentinel, and we'll be crashing her kitchen this Friday night, which is super freaking cool. Oh yeah, baby! So we had a lot of fun this past Saturday. We got to hang out with our good friend Tatiana at Wine for Oysters. We celebrated their 3-year anniversary, which was awesome.
Dude, there were so many awesome parts about that.
She kept giving us so much wine. Like I think
that wasn't all her.
I think she thought that the wine was empty because we would take the wine and we would set it on the table or we set it on the ground, and she's like, "Clearly they're out of wine. Let me give you more wine." There was one point I had like 3 glasses of wine.
We
got 2 from the dude.
We got our initial one, and then before you had 3 sips of your first one, the couple at the bar bought us a round.
Yeah.
And I was halfway done with my first one, so that was no problem at all.
Also true.
Not a problem at all. And then I don't know where the third one came from.
Tatiana just kept pouring glasses. No joke.
You know what? I think you're right because
I watched her do it.
She saw mine and it wasn't gone until after the show.
I looked over and she just walks up. She's like, bloom, 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 bloom. I was
gonna order a red wine to go with my lamb tacos.
Sure. Oh, they were so good.
But like, I took one bite of my lamb tacos and I see her pouring a wine. I didn't know it was for me. But it was a different Sauvignon Blanc. It was Sauvignon Blanc.
I'm going to drink that.
It was so good. So I had a Sauvignon Blanc with my lamb tacos. However, the lamb tacos, that was the first time I've had those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were outstanding.
I didn't have them the last time. And you raved about them.
Yeah, they were really good.
That I had to try them.
Yeah, they were fantastic, man.
Let me tell you, they were.
Yeah, and we had a packed house on on Saturday night. Like Wine for Oysters did everything by reservation only. They had invited us a couple months ago to play the 3-year anniversary, and they did everything by reservation, which was really good. There were a couple total different turns in the entire restaurant of absolutely, like all the tables and chairs were full, which was really great. So a huge shout out to Wine for Oysters and Tatiana.
Cool
and Tatiana, man, I remember she was, when COVID first hit and everybody was on lockdown, everybody was struggling, man, and she was fighting to keep that place open, and she did. She put in as much time and love and sweat and tears into that place to make sure that the doors stayed open and the lights stayed on, and she did. We went there. She actually catered one of our shows on Friday night. I think this was in March or April. We go there to pick up the food, and she's on the phone with her landlord trying to get an extension on rent, and then won't even let us pay for food. Like, I heard that conversation, and I was like, "Yo, let's compensate. You need." You need, like, here you go. She absolutely refused. No problem. You guys are helping me so much. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I'm like,
Russians.
damn. It's very rare that you meet somebody that's that passionate, pouring everything, and still finds a way to give back to the community they believe that they're inspiring and fulfilling and doing their best to encourage, which is super cool. So it was really, really nice to go back and see Tatiana and see Wine for Oysters up and running, music playing, food coming out of the kitchen, and amazing rates and full tables and happy people. And the wine was just fantastic.
I was happy.
Oh, yeah. If you go there and you hang out with Tatiana for a moment, you're about to drink some wine. I'm just going to let you know. If she sees your glass half empty, she's going to fill it up. And thank you.
Go.
And thank you.
They even have flights, too. So if you don't know what kind of wine you like, just let her suggest what
Yeah, dude, they do great
have.
pairings. They do fantastic pairings. I agree.
Just order something, anything on the menu.
Yeah.
And then say, hey, Tatiana, what 5 wines would go good with this?
What 27 wines would go good with these 2 lamb tacos?
I think the flights were 5. They were either 3 or 5 different wines, but you could sample, like, like a 3-ouncer of like 3 or 5 different wines. And you're like, well, this one tastes good with the lamb tacos.
This is going to be fantastic.
This one also tastes good with the lamb tacos. I'm going to need another flight until I find one that doesn't taste good with the lamb
I just kept
tacos.
ordering food. The food was so good. I did
Look at that.
oysters. I did the lamb
Hungry.
tacos. Oh, the oysters were fantastic, man. If you guys find yourself in the UCF area at all on Alafaya Trail, or if you're even coming through Central Florida, hit up Wine for Oysters. The food is absolutely fantastic. Tatiana will not let you down. It was really, really great. So a huge shout out to everybody for joining us this past week, and a huge shout out to Tatiana for hosting us on Saturday, which is such a great time. We just had a fantastic week, and we're looking forward to another one. So speaking of,
I saw a nice little reminder in the comments.
I love reminders.
I think, Michelle Hess commented about, I've started my list of requests for your live request show.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Live request.
Did we commit to that? Are we doing that?
We're waiting on you.
Are we doing that? Is that?
We were waiting on you because you seemed reluctant to do it. So I think
saw
all
that
of us,
comment, and I was
including
like,
Stolen City, are waiting on you to agree to the live request show.
Did I agree to that?
Yeah, I talked to Stolen City like 2 months ago, and they were like, bro, the Commodore needs to do it. And I'm like, we need to encourage him. Yeah, you don't know. We've been friends for a long time. I've been to Ireland twice since this whole thing went down. Yeah, that's not true. None of that's true either. I would love to go to Ireland, though. I heard it's beautiful. I'd have to hang out with my man, Matt McIver. Yeah, he's over there. Oh, yeah, buddy.
I would definitely
I might not come back.
Hi.
I heard Ireland's a fantastic place to visit.
Yeah.
And
I bet we'd have a lot of fun with
good
Matt
drinks,
McIver there, too.
good food.
And now we have 3 more friends.
Right?
From Ireland.
And from what I understand, Ian is working on some personalized headphones for us because he creates headphones. I'm excited about that.
KitchenKillaz headphones.
KitchenKillaz headphones. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're going to be white, though.
Ian.
Yeah.
You're such a generous
He really is a giving person. He's a
really
fantastic
awesome.
individual.
You know what? I think we should play a song for him.
From what I understand, he received the key to the city over in Ireland just because of his contribution to technology and cotton clothing. Which, I mean, he's an outstanding individual. We're really excited.
It's the best this country's ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the key. We're out of here.
Yeah, none of that is true aside from the fact that he's a fantastic individual. Everything else I'm making up. We had him going in the very beginning. They were like, "Wait, what are you talking about? Sean's a getaway driver." And I'm
You
like,
saw that on the internet?
I'm like, man, yeah.
That was supposed to be expunged.
You saw that on the internet? I thought I took that down. No, man. We create a lot of jokes. We have a lot of fun. These guys are fantastic. We're gonna play one jam. Then we're gonna be chatting with Dave, Sean, and Ian from Stolen City, and here in just a couple minutes. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. You are unmuted, sir. Yeah, buddy. This is one of my friend Dina's favorite songs since Hanging with Web Show is in here hanging with us tonight. This is a little Garth Brooks for you guys before we chat with Stolen City. We're going to be playing 2 songs as well that Stolen City has created for you, introducing you to their incredible Spotify list, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and 3 fantastic individuals. This is called Standing Outside the Fire. Call them cool. Those hearts, they have no scars to show. The ones that never do let go. And risk it, those tables are turned. We call them fools who have to dance within the flame, who chance the sorrow and the shame that always come with getting burned. But you gotta be tough when consumed by desire. It's not enough just to stand outside the fire. We call them strong, those who can face this world alone, who seem to get by on their own, those who will never take the fall. We call them weak, who are unable to resist the slightest chance love might exist, and for that we forsake it. Oh, they're so hell-bent on giving while walking a wire, convinced it's not living if you stand outside the fire. Standing outside the fire, standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it's just merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. There's this love that is burning deep in my soul, constantly yearning to get out of control, wanting to fly higher and higher. I can't abide as I'm standing outside the fire. Yeah, Stolen city, city. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Just kidding, it's Garth Brooks. Standing outside the fire. Standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it's just merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. Standing outside the fire. Standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it's just merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it's just merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. Yes. Well done, sir.
Well, that was fun.
Sounding good, baby. What's everybody? Thank you guys for joining us tonight. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is...
The Commodore.
Oh, yeah. And without further ado, let's see. I just want to put that over real flat. Outstanding. See what I did there? LOL, super awesome. Oh, outstanding. I get it. Standing outside the fire. Outstanding. Well done, GW. Well done, Pop Pomature. Great to see you guys spending some time with us. Thank you. God can't hear my backing vocals. Shauna Morgan, are you kidding me? Get a microphone, jump in here, baby, and let's rock and roll. We can do 3-part harmonies on a little Garth Brooks. I'd be totally down for that.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
So let's do it, baby. Chatting with Stolen City. I'm going to bring in one at a time. Let's start with the man, the bearded pleasure. That's what they call him in Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Sean McGrath. Sean, great to see you. How are you tonight, sir?
How are you? How are you?
You look wonderful. I see you took your hat off, and you have an incredible head of hair as well. Now I'm really jealous.
Now, it's going.
Nice,
quick,
dude.
Look at that
But
wave.
sure look.
Nice, dude. So I'm going to leave it up to you. Who should we bring in next? Ian or Dave? Don't worry. Pick your favorite. They won't know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. They're definitely watching this now. And whoever... I'm going to get in so much... I'm going to pick Dave just because he'd give me more trouble if I picked Ian than Ian would.
Lesser of two evils.
Gotcha. There he is.
Got a boy, Sean. Good choice. Good choice. I tell you what. Hey, lads, we all right.
Dude, it's great to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Real quick, Ian can't hear any of this. We've muted your microphone. Scale of 1 to 10. How amazing is Ian on stage when it comes to his dancing? I heard he's a fantastic dancer.
He's
Is
amazing.
this true? He's amazing. I love it.
Amazing. That sounds like a 10.
I love it. Sounds
Damn
like a 10.
good. 10 out of a 10. You don't have that many. We can just leave him and just talk about his dancing for the entire time.
No, honestly,
we don't need to talk to Ian.
Sometimes we turn around and Ian, his body doesn't move, but his arms just are going around the drum.
Are flying.
And we're like, how is that comfortable for you? Like, you're not moving. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love these guys. These guys are fantastic. So let's bring in the entrepreneur of electronics and digital headphones, the man himself, Ian Bailey. Great to see you, Ian. How are you, sir?
What's up? How's everything going on? Yep. Yeah,
Dude,
I couldn't hear what you were saying there for a few minutes. What was going on there?
Could you not?
we were chatting a little bit about the lockdown. Nothing crazy. Nothing that really concerns you.
Just
It's
giving you a super awesome intro.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's
Talking
fair.
about how awesome you are on the drums and your dancing abilities without moving your body whatsoever.
How incredible is that? It's like he floats. He doesn't even use a drum throne. He just floats in the air. He moves so quick. His feet move so fast. They create like literal.
There's somebody else's hands. He's just like.
Is that
this,
it?
and then
Somebody else is behind him. They put like their arms through his
how he does
arms, and they're actually playing. I see what's going on here.
So welcome, guys.
I understand what's happening.
What's
here.
up? How are you?
We've got the three guys from Stolen City. What? Introduce yourselves. Tell us what your part is in the band. Who's the singer? Who's the drummer? Who's the gong?
The gong and the
all of
triangle.
those?
We heard you guys have some triangle as well, which I'm really excited about. I wanted to be a triangle player myself, but I just don't think I had the. I just don't think I had the chops.
You're better at bass and guitar.
That is
fine.
true. That is true. Yeah, man. So yeah. Let's go alphabetical. Let's start with we introduced Sean first, so let's start with Ian. Ian, what is your role in the band, my man? How did you get involved with this motley crew?
I'm the drummer in the band. I think the two lads had started up in college, and I wasn't in college with them, so they were sort of started as a duo. And Dave said to Sean, like, "Oh, I know Ian years. He's been playing the drums with me for years." Because we were in a marching band as well, me and Dave together from when we were much younger, and they just want to have some drums in there, so they asked me to come in, and I didn't want to, but I said I'll give it a shot. Nah,
And he's
I
been
really
dancing
wanna
ever
do
since.
I've been dancing ever since. Haven't played the drums since.
Yeah.
Man. That is awesome. I really didn't want to, but I figured, why not? We'll knock it out. We'll have some
Let's do
fun.
it.
Why not? Let's do it. These guys seem like they're fun,
And he's still here.
and he's still here. Yeah,
Good for you.
and they've encouraged him
Good
to
for
not
you.
only start his own clothing line, but to start his own headphone line as well, which has been fantastic. Like, it's really, really good.
Supportive.
Yeah,
even.
incredibly supportive.
Very
100%.
nice.
Couldn't have done it without them. Yeah.
I tell
It's
you.
got to be good. It's got to be good to be surrounded by such fantastic and supportive individuals, Ian. I would imagine it's kind of nice to be sitting back there chilling on the drums and watching these two guys, work a crowd.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
I've
I don't have
watched
to do
some of
that,
your
and it's
videos
great.
and seen some of your pictures, man. You guys look like you have a absolute blast on stage,
Right,
an
yeah.
absolute blast, man. Which is so important. Like, those live shows are vital, and I would imagine right now everybody's kind of missing it. Everybody's kind of hurting that energy, that flow, that expression, that camaraderie, and that sense of community. That all of us have it became a heart pulse for a lot of people, especially musicians and people that fall in love with music. You come together under the banner of music, and you experience it together, not just as the band up here and the people down here, but everybody experiences it
Equal.
together.
Yeah.
And it's like a unified vision and a shared emotion. So I mean, I would imagine right now we were talking a little in the pre-show. You guys are on a pretty solid lockdown right now. Is that right? You're 2 weeks into a 6-week lockdown, or you have 6 weeks left?
Yeah, we
6
have
weeks left,
6 weeks left. Like 6 weeks left. We're finished everything in December. So,
Wow.
but yeah, it's just I think because our cases were like 1,300, I think, a day, kind of a thing, which for our population is very high. So, thinking they're locking everything down now for December, like to reopen for Christmas. You know,
Man, that's
Hopefully.
crazy. I mean,
Mad, isn't it?
we've always
Fingers
known the
crossed.
Irish to be overachievers. They really have always been like, we're going to be the best with this. We're going to have the highest of the things. But I don't know if this one was the best one to, like, what?
That's
To go
definitely-
for
yeah.
the biggest
We're
goal
gonna
to
go
go
for the gold here.
Let somebody else
Yeah,
have a
really gonna
chance
do it.
this time.
The
Or-
pubs are
Orlando-
closed in Ireland, though. What's Ireland without pubs? Like, come on, it's
What?
not
I'm
fair.
not sure.
Paddy's Day was cancelled this year as well. Like, what's going on?
No Paddy's Day.
Yeah, that was. I
was
think that
ridiculous.
was the real red flag for us over here. Like, when we first saw that, because it happened right around the middle of March is when we started to see the first cancellations, and the
Yeah.
first real big one we saw were some of the huge pubs in Orlando, in Florida, canceled all of the St. Paddy's Day live music. And that
Yeah.
really started to wake people up. People were like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Stop everything. This is serious. Nothing else mattered. Like, the whole world is being consumed. No big deal. It's like, no, everything's fine here. Wait a minute.
This is what we do in March.
We canceled
And
St.
now we're not
Paddy's
doing
Day.
it?
Now it's now that's some real stuff. Now that's Disney World shuts down. No big deal. But you canceled St. Paddy's Day? I don't think
That's
so.
it.
That's
I've
not
had
gonna work.
enough. I'm kicking the top button. I want off.
Man, that was really incredible, and it's kind of amazing to see how it's impacted the whole world, everybody. And it's something that it's so uncanny. We've never experienced anything like this in our lifetimes ever. And usually when something like this happens, it's isolated to a certain area, a city or a state or a certain country or jurisdiction. But now it's like you can talk to us, and at least it's something that we all have in common. Like, we all have our own story of what we're going through and what we've experienced and how we've evolved. And that brings up a good question. Like, for you guys to be a touring trio, how have you adapted and evolved to this change when it comes to writing and performing music, to practicing and rehearsing together? Like, how have you guys managed to make that happen and continue to push forward? Because clearly you are. How are you doing that?
It's really
Great
difficult.
difficulty.
It's really
Yeah,
great
difficult because
difficulty.
we're
Go ahead,
writing
Sean.
over Zoom. We're sending each other videos because, like, we all live in different parts of different towns, so we're not allowed to travel to see each other. We're not allowed go back and forward. It's really difficult because we up until the lockdown, we were seeing each other like at least 5-6 times a week, and like gigging 4 or 5 nights a week, and like constantly doing stuff, constantly recording, constantly writing. And since the lockdown, it's just gone. It went from like 100 things a year to nothing. It's just crazy. and then Dave got sick as well, which didn't help. But I suppose he got sick at the right time because
what the hell, Dave?
going on anyway.
Sorry. And that's and it kind of forced everybody to have to figure out a brand new way to continue to create with each other. So Zoom became really popular. StreamYard, which is the platform we use, like everybody started to try to figure out, how do we keep doing this? How do we keep going? Like the world's still spinning. Writers are still writing, musicians are still creating music, but we can't be in the same room. How do we utilize social media? How do we utilize email and Dropbox and OneDrive and solutions where we can share individual tracks with each other and keep writing and playing and creating? Because the energy that exists when you're together in a room writing music together is almost impossible to replicate from outside, and it has to be synthesized, and that's really, really tough. Because as musicians, you feel that energy, you feel that natural flow with people that you're playing music with. So it's been really interesting to talk to a lot of bands and a lot of musicians and ask them, like, how did you guys do this? How did you move forward? Like, when it comes to the songs, the basic structure of the songs, do you guys write all of those together? I'll ask Dave this. Dave, when you guys create your music, do you guys write it together as a trio? Is there somebody who writes the stems of the songs and brings it to the band, and you guys develop it? What's your normal writing process for music?
See, the thing is with us, we all have such a different background in music, and we all have different inspirations for music. Do you know what I mean? Different people that bring us out and make us want to do what we want to do. So maybe I might think of an idea for a song. I could try and write a slow song. I bring it to the lads. The lads say, no, this needs to be a fast song, and it would be sped up. Do you know what I mean? It's always like everybody's different input. Like all three of us have worked together on writing music together. It's never been, I wrote this song from here to here, and it was all me. It's never been anything like that. It's always been, okay, I have an idea now. I'm going to bring it. Sean has a different idea for it, and Sean's input's going to affect it. And then Ian will say, I think the drums should go like this in it, and it would affect it in a different way. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's why I think like our sound, sorry to interrupt you there, our sound like fluctuates. So we have some heavy rock songs. We have some extreme pop songs. Do you know, because there's not just one like idea behind it. It's a mixture between a lot of things. If you get me.
Yeah, all different styles. So it's interesting to think about that, to bring, like you said, from three completely different backgrounds, three completely different influences, completely different signatures and seasonings to bring to an idea. So like you were saying, Dave, like you have an idea, like, hey, I found this little lick on the guitar. I came up with this cool vocal melody in my head. What do you guys think? And Ian says, cool, man, right now we're playing it at 119. Let's try 137. Let's say that's kind of how it feels, and then Sean comes in and says, cool, man, let's see, like, this is what I think. Well, maybe 137 is maybe that's going to work out. Let's see what we can do with this. And you guys kind of collaboratively work together to take a simple idea and turn it into a Stolen City song.
Stolen City, that's it, exactly, yeah. Man, and I kind of like that. No song kind of sounds the same, but everything is different. It's good fun. It's great. We love it. We love what we do, and we're going to keep on going. Screw the lockdown. We're just going to keep going.
So that brings up an interesting question. How did you come up with the name Stolen City?
This is a long old story. Is everybody ready?
Right. Hell yeah.
So what happened was, when me and Sean started off, we called ourselves In Focus. And then In Focus, we were like, oh God, don't think we're going to call ourselves In Focus anymore. We sound like a boy band. We don't want that. So we were like, right, we're going to change our name. And we were like, what would you change it to? We had management and all that at the time. Is everybody still there?
Yeah. I soloed you out because you're just a good looking guy.
So and then we had like 24 hours literally to think of a new name. Like, what we're going to call ourselves, because we had these people working with us and they were like, we're making a website, it's 24 hours, you got to do this. We're like, oh God, what are we going to call ourselves? And we're like, The Empire, right? The Empire sounds great, but everything is called The Empire. Like, you have about 7 Empire barbers in Ireland. There's the Star Wars film, so we're like, oh Jesus, right? Empire, can't use that anymore. We stopped working with that management that we were with, and we just thought of the name Wherewyland. We had the name Wherewyland for ages. Nobody could understand Wherewyland. The spelling of it was all over the place. So we literally one night we went down to Sean's house, me and Sean, and we sat up, and it took us so long. It was hours. We were hours trying to think of a name, and we got the name Stolen City eventually. And so it all worked out from there.
Man, I that was actually not that long of a story, Dave. That was okay.
I could have made it longer.
That was pretty good, man. That was absolutely fantastic. Like, you really bring up something really important that I love. The fact that you touch base on. You talk about the label. Like you had to make decisions really fast, and it's like, yo, we have a website. It goes live. We need to do this. You need to pick a name. We need to make changes. And when you come up with a name, it's not just the name. It's the whole brand. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's websites. It's clothing. It's merchandise. It's everything. It's artwork. It's all the font and the direction, the design. It's absolutely everything. Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, hurry up. You need to go ahead and define yourself for the rest of your life real quick, and you have 24 hours to do it. Go.
Oh, it was
Sean,
awful.
Sean,
Wasn't
how
it,
was
lads?
that?
Like,
Yeah,
Sean,
we're in
how
the
was that
we're in the
process
middle of
for you?
recording our first song as well at the time. So like it was the first time proper being in a recording studio and everything. I hadn't a clue what I was doing. The lads would have had a little bit of an idea from college, but I hadn't a notion. And then all this pressure coming in on top of us saying, "Oh lads, you need a name. You need a name. We need to do this now. It's going to be on the CDs. It's going to be on this. It's going to be on that." We're like, "Oh God!" So it was a bit stressful. It was a long hell day.
Yeah.
would not recommend it.
Yeah. Welcome to the music business.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the music business. It's I mean, it's a lot of fun and games, absolutely. But when you have to make heavy decisions like that, that's something that's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. And you guys know this.
No.
You've done this before, you know. And every now and then you have somebody come up and they're like, "Hey, by the way, we need to make a huge dynamic decision right now that's going to impact the rest of the band and your entire future together. Let's do it." And it's like, okay.
No problem.
No bother.
That sounds great. Let's go ahead and do that. So, Sean, quick question for you, man. What is it? What is your role in the band? I've seen you sing. I've seen you play guitar. Your stage presence is incredible. Like, how did you get involved with these two characters? And what is your main, I would say, musical role? Because I imagine that you're a multifaceted musician and play many things with a beard and a set of hair like that. You can't just, there's no way.
Complete opposite. No.
The beard and the hair just comes from fantastic Irish genetics.
I love this guy.
Yes.
I sing, I play a little bit of guitar, and I'm the main sex appeal, obviously. And so yeah, just that. I did see a comment. I got a bit upset because I saw a comment saying Dave was hot, but like,
I'm bleeding sweating here.
That one right there. Allison Basie. You got to watch out for Allison, man. She's a firecracker. We
Yeah,
love
hi,
Allison. She's
Allison.
absolutely fantastic.
honestly, that upset me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my ego, but it's fine.
You may have been off the screen at that particular
Get
moment,
over it.
and she didn't see everyone.
Sean
I don't know.
Sean drinks Capri Suns. I don't know what that means. Sean, what does that mean?
Oh,
It's
Do
like
you
a
know-
juice box.
have you got the drink Sunny D in America?
Yeah. I know what Capri Suns are, but why would Shauna say that? What is your affiliation with Capri Suns?
He loves them. He just loves them.
Yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with Capri Suns. I love them so much. So Shauna comes to like every gig that we do everywhere in the entire country, and
We
every
love you,
time,
Sean.
Hey, Shanna.
every time she comes to a gig, she brings me a box of Capri Suns, and I bring them on stage at me. Sometimes the crowd like get thrown them. Sometimes I just drink them all. It's a kind of a we'll see
You know,
what
Sean,
happens with
I'm-
the Capri Suns today.
I'm with you. I love the Capri Suns, but I can't stand those tiny little straws.
Oh,
They're
stop.
just like
Oh
The
my
straws
God.
are too small. The
They need
packages
to
are too
be-
small.
they
They
need to be
need big.
Like-
What do you call them?
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
That's what we say.
Like
Yeah.
Capri Sun.
You-
I'm gonna start saying like
you
that.
need to be
People are gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about? You mean Capri Suns?" No, man.
No,
We
man.
talked to Sean.
Capri
It's Capri Suns.
Suns.
Yeah.
But
We-
they need a bigger. They need to make a bigger pouch.
Yeah, like this big.
No.
We are men.
They're delicious.
They're
And I
delicious.
You need to be a
straw.
neurosurgeon to get the big straw into the hole. Like
Yeah,
it's so difficult.
exactly. It's like I'm threading a needle. I don't understand what's happening in the world right now. It's 2020. We can create incredible things. I don't understand. I have to put this up because this is fantastic. Shauna Morgan says Sean broke a guitar at a festival like a typical rock star.
What's it like a rock star?
Sean, walk us through it, brother. Actually, you know what, Ian? I would really like your view on this. Did you physically see him smash this guitar?
I wouldn't say smash it now, to be fair. I think what happened was, I think we were like 2 or 3 songs into the set, and Sean was switching between guitars because he broke a string in the first song. He managed to change it, and then he broke the same string in the second song, and then he got fed up with it. And then in the third song, he used a different guitar, I think, and he broke a string, and he got fed up with it, so he sort of pulled it off, and he was like pretending to sort of throw it on the floor, but then he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna sort of place it down gently." But he sort of threw it down, and it like landed on the pedal board of we have a lead guitarist that comes to us for live gigs as well, and it just like cracked off the side of his pedal board, and was the headstocks that was called. It just like pop snapped up. Yeah. And I was just playing away the drums, and I just looked over and I could see it, and I was like, I don't think a guitar is supposed to be like at a right angle. I was like, what's going on there?
I've never seen before. I've never seen instant regret on a human face as I seen on Sean's face after it happened. Oh, it wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now.
I can follow that whole story. The broken string, the other broken string, the next broken string. You're like, oh, I'm done. But I can't smash my guitar, and then you accidentally smash. That's the equivalent of bone showing.
Yeah.
When it snaps like that, you're like, oh my god, that's really broken.
It hurts your soul, man. It hurts your soul. Now, just to preface this, because I want to understand, Sean, was this did you have an agreement with a guitar company and you received this guitar at no cost of your own that you completely destroyed, or was this something that you like bought on your own? You invested your own time and money. You named it. You loved it. You played it. Like, what was your emotional connection to this guitar?
Sean.
It's a proper emotional connection. I've had it. It was my first guitar, and I think there is probably a video somewhere. Someone has a video of me throwing it down and then looking at Dave and going, "Oh no!" But like in the middle, it was in the middle of the song, so I threw it down, and I just heard this noise, but I was still singing, so I kind of ignored it, and I looked over at the sound engineer, and he just goes, "Don't look at your guitar."
Which then you have to look at your guitar.
Yeah, like, and I looked down, and it was just the head was swinging off it, and I was just like, "Oh no!" It was awful. It was funny. It was funny afterwards, but it was awful.
I like how Dave was like, it was hard at the time, but now it's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny now. It's so funny now.
I thought it was funny.
It's so funny. Rock and roll meets realization.
And I think one of the main reasons I always try to start with the drummer with their perspective is because they see the whole stage. They see everything happening. They're back. They see the crowd. They see the people. They see all the change outs, all the guitars, all the musicians. Yeah, sometimes they're even on that drum riser as well. So they kind of have like the look of the land. So I always like starting with Ian and find out what really happened, like what truly happened. Then we get to Sean with what emotionally happened. And then it sounds like Dave injects a little bit of maniacal laughter into the whole thing. Like, that was some funny shit right there.
Yeah.
And from your perspective, Dave, walk us through it, man. What did you know? Because you play to the left of Sean in the videos that I've seen, and he's to your right. So like, and I imagine he set it down to his right. So from your perspective, what did you see or hear? Like, how did that whole thing unfold? Or is Sean so pro you didn't even know what was going on?
Oh God, no! I knew everything. I knew as soon as it happened. See, it was an acoustic, so the acoustic was still plugged in, and then it just went a boom noise when the headstock came off. And then I looked over, I was like, what is that? And then I seen Sean with the mic here, and he was like, like that, wiping away a tear.
So Sean, like, Sean, what did you do with that guitar? Did you get it repaired? Did you light it on fire like Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi? Like, what did you end up doing with it?
Funny enough, it was the second time that the headstock had come off that guitar. I dropped it on
it come off? Like it came off on its own?
completely snapped up. The first time I dropped it on a bus and the headstock came off, and then I got it fixed. And then at the festival I dropped it and got the headstock completely came off, and I got that fixed. So third time lucky, hopefully the headstock won't come off again.
will stay on.
Man, I gotta say, after
Hopefully.
2 times, if it comes off one time and you get it repaired, no problem. I'll keep playing it. But if it pops off again, I think I'll just hang it up.
Yeah, I might get it repaired and then hang it. You know, I wouldn't want to get rid of it because of the emotional connection. It's a great
absolutely
story.
not. Yeah.
But I might not be able to
Yes,
rely on it, and that's probably why the strings kept breaking and they kept coming out of tune. Is because that headstock was probably already a little weak. It probably wasn't extremely, it was already ready to rock and roll, and all you did was just push it over the edge.
Why don't you play that guitar anymore?
Well, got a fantastic story for you, Ian.
Nah.
Ian, tell it. That's fantastic. So, a quick question to move on real quick. You guys have done some really great stuff. I just saw that you booked your first gig for 2021, your first headlining gig for 2021, which is fantastic. And of course, as soon as you Google Stolen City, you see that you guys performed on the Late Late Show. So I watched that video as well, which was absolutely incredible. You could feel the energy. How was that for you guys as professionals? Like when you got the gig, showing up, getting mic'd up, getting set up, going through the green room, talking to everybody. Like, did you get that rock star sensation in your body? Like, man, this experience is overwhelming and it's fun. It's encouraging. And then when you get to the stage and it's time to go and it's go time, like. How did that feel for you guys? Was this your first experience of this type, this high of an echelon of exposure? Have you done something like that before? Like, what was the overall experience? And Ian, we'll start with you, my man. How did you feel about that when you first got the email, the phone call, or the message that you guys landed the Late Late Show?
We were bleeding delighted when we found out. We're over the moon because, like, obviously the Late Late Show over here is like probably one of the most watched TV late night shows in Ireland. I know it's not a huge population, but for us it was a big deal. But like getting there, it was weird because again it was during the lockdown. It was one of these. Was it during the lockdown or was it in between lockdowns? I'm not sure.
It was
Can't
in
remember.
between lockdowns.
In between, so you're allowed go places, but you're only allowed to have a certain amount of people together at one point. So we weren't allowed to mingle with any of the other guests either. So that was kind of annoying. But no, it was unreal. Love to go back. Can't wait to go back. They said they'll have us back, so hopefully soon we'll be back up with them.
Man,
And
what was the
there was
like,
no
what was the-
audience.
What was the
Yeah,
time,
no
what was-
audience.
what was the time period like from the time that you showed up to the studio to the time that you packed, got in the cars, looked at each other, and went, "Holy crap, that was incredible!" Like,
Only
what was the time period there? Was it pretty short? Was it pretty long? Like what was the night like?
Probably
Half an
about an
hour.
hour, to be honest. Yeah, it was in, get a bit of
Really?
foundation on. Yeah, a bit of makeup, hair and makeup done. Straight down, did two rehearsals, and then so they could get all their camera angles right, and then went in for it then, and then we were gone. That was it. Like,
That was it. In, done, and you're out.
That's
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Man, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done a couple things with news stations over here, and a lot of times it's one or the other. You get in, you get set up, you play, you get out, or you have to be there like way
Yeah.
hours and hours and hours ahead of time to get in, check in, unload, do all that stuff. And sometimes like I've played House of Blues here in Orlando a couple times, and that's you get there at 3:30 p.m. and you play at like 10:30 p.m. So it's
Yeah.
like there's like a 7 hour of just being there and checking in and talking to the other bands, and everybody comes out and they do a safety check and they walk you through, and you're still promoting, and it's just kind of crazy. But a lot of times with the studio versions like you guys experience, they get you in, they set you up, you play, you break down, and you're gone, baby.
That
Like,
was
that
it.
is
Yeah.
it, man.
See, they
Yeah,
kept on saying to us how like different it would be if it wasn't for COVID. Like they were saying, like there's a bar here normally. You can mingle with all the guests. You can mingle with this, but it was like no, you just have to go in, out, do your bit, and gone. Which is
And-
fair. Which we
Yeah,
do
you said there was no
understand. Like
audience either. So everything they do everything remotely. There's no live audience. So you're just playing to the, I imagine, the backline techs and the other employees that
That
are
was it.
there to make the show happen, and it's just them, and that's it.
Yeah.
that was it.
Just the
100%.
cameras,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, how was that, Dave? Like coming from, because look at some of the pictures that we've looked at. I'm gonna see if I can find a couple here. Look at some of the pictures that we looked at. I mean, you guys are extremely your stage presence is outstanding. I mean, you guys are rocking and rolling. You're having an absolutely incredible time. And I most certainly want to be able to kind of talk to you guys and see, like, when you talk about the energy that you're able to create and manifest when you're playing to a live audience, what was that like being there for that show with that kind of, I guess, not necessarily pressure, but energy, but you're playing to nobody but cameras? Like, how is that experience?
Like it's
Weird.
fair. It's fairly weird. Like, yeah, I'll be honest with you, it is fair strange. Like, and we do, of course, you're a musician, you feed off the crowd 110%. Like, you know, the crowd's there, they're going mad, they're jumping, they're clapping along, and you're loving life. Yeah, there's me going absolutely bleeding haywire at a gig. Yeah, and you know, man,
Losing it, baby, losing it.
Absolutely,
That's that's the gig that Sean broke his guitar, actually.
yeah. See, what actually happened there? I see a mouse on the stage, and I was like, ah!
That's awesome. That is awesome, man. You guys have some really great content, and it looks like your interaction with your audience is so important. Like, you guys really put a lot of focus onto the people and the engagement and the character and the community and just everybody there is just kind of like joining you in this exhilaration of music performance and bringing everybody together. And as a live musician myself, it's been very interesting and challenging to go from playing to playing in a live area with people and souls and energy and singing along and all of that stuff, to bringing it down to a microphone and a camera.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, and you still have to give it all. You still have to give 1,000%, and sometimes you got to dredge it up. You like, and it's incredible to see how many musicians have stopped playing. They've stopped.
There's lots of bands over here in Ireland who after packing it in, like calling it a day and stuff like that as well. Say we're not doing it anymore, and it's like, Jesus, it's crazy to think, but you just have to keep on going, you know. And it's only for the meantime. We're going to be out of this eventually. But like we've done gigs before to empty rooms, and we played to no one, and we've had some of the best crack. We've had great fun together, just playing, having a laugh and all. So it's kind of just like that, and the show must go on, and you have to keep on going because that is your job. At the end of the day, your job is to entertain people. So you just have to keep on going. You have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we thought about when the lockdown happened is like, well, this is just an opportunity to go in a different direction. We can do something that we normally wouldn't do. Like if we're normally playing live shows, well, we can now do something different.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing that we can do? And we're at home a lot, so we bought some microphones, we set up some cameras.
Yeah, we started building the live studio here.
Started going in a different direction.
Because we had been
Still
I think
playing
we were booked like 7 or 8 months in advance of just kitchens every Friday night, different residential kitchens and commercial kitchens. So that's where all of our energy was going, all of our money, all of our investment, everything was going directly into the Friday night show of traveling and touring and setting up in remote kitchens, which is a completely different collection of equipment than if you're here. So once that happened and we just started rescheduling everybody, but we realized we were going to be home 3 days a week, we were like, okay, let's take all that money, let's take all the energy, let's take all the focus, and let's put it into the home studio. We got to do something with it, and we're not giving up. That's not happening.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to be doing something, and if people want to come along for the ride, great. But with the train's moving, baby, and we're tossing more fire in there, man. We're tossing more logs on the fire, and we're just going to keep burning and burning and burning. But it was a little disheartening because here in Orlando, a lot of bands packed it up. A lot stopped. And they were moving. Like, they were making some headway. And they were just like, okay, I'm done. I'm like, how could you?
There was probably
I know
some of those bands that did it for the live show. Like if they were in a band,
that's why they did it.
That's why they did it. If it's for the live show, then I can understand packing it up. But like, what musician doesn't love to play music, whether it's live or not? Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a big part of, and I imagine you guys feel the same way. Like, whether I'm playing to a crowd or not, it's still music, and it still is part of me. You know, it's still the way that I deal with stress and anxiety. It's the way that I put passion on paper. It's the way that I tell stories and share my life with myself, and I make sense of things. You know, and
it's escapism, you know.
Yeah,
getting away from the real world, you know, like, you know, just writing down your emotions on a piece of paper, you know, and just playing it out there. It's no better feeling, you know. There's no better feeling.
And for a long time, the Commodore's been playing music for years, but he didn't play in front of people. He just played because he loved to play. Now, granted, somebody said, Ian, you said marching band before. That you were in marching band. You were in marching band with Dave. Is that correct?
Yep.
Like, yeah, my man, the Commodore, rocks a marching band as well. So that's his background, was like church and choir and singing and marching band. And, You know,
Jazz band and
jazz
symphonic
band,
band.
all
Oh,
that, all that
amazing,
crazy
man.
stuff.
Yeah, brilliant. What did you
Yeah.
play in the marching band?
Trumpet.
So I played the trumpet as well in the marching band.
So
No,
excited.
I started playing trumpet in like 4th grade, and I played all the way through high school. I did the jazz band, marching band, symphonic band, chorus in middle school. I sang in an all-state choir actually one year,
Nice.
and then
Oh,
after
wow.
high school, I picked up the guitar and started playing that. I'm like, oh, I'm done with trumpet, and I've been playing guitar for 20 years now.
Right. So
And
let me
we're
see if I
done
can get
here.
you. Let me see if I get. So me and Ian know each other a billion years now. We know each other longer than we don't know each other at this stage, right? So we went to New York in 2009. Yeah.
Yeah,
We did
for
Paddy's Day
Paddy's Day. Yeah.
parade in New York in 2009 with the marching band. We were in Florida in 2014, 15, was it?
No, 2012, I think it was.
Oh God, I'm so wrong. Okay, then
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
2012, we did the Paddy's Day over in Florida, the Paddy's Day parade in Florida, and then we were in
For,
Germany. Like we traveled the world with the marching band, you know, it was amazing, and that's what music can do for you. The music, you can travel the world with music, you know.
Bingo.
Hmm.
And try all the food. All the food.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's what it's
right.
about, man. For me personally, playing and traveling and playing music is one thing, and I love that. Like I loved going from one stage to another. I did. I fell in love with it really quick. The tour life, I'm built for the tour life. Like
Yeah,
I found that out on my very first tour. I was like, this is my happy space. I felt so at
this is my
peace.
thing.
This is my thing. And then I started to realize actually think food is my thing. So like every city we would go to, I would find a little hole in the wall right by the venue that I had a little bit of time that I could run out and grab some incredible food, and I got to try food from all over the country. I can only imagine what food would be like all over the world. Like just
Yeah,
traveling around the world, playing music, creating incredible memories for yourself and the community and the people, and trying all the different types of food and meeting the cultures. Like, what a fantastic way to travel, to be able to travel and play music, and
doing something you
inspire
love.
and move souls, man. It's so much fun, and I miss it big time. You know,
Yeah,
like we've little by little we've gotten back into kitchens again, which has been nice. They've been smaller groups, but man, there's nothing like that live energy that's created and manifested when everybody brings it together under a unified vision of celebration of music. You know, like
yeah,
that energy is palpable. You could feel it. And it's most certainly one of the things that I think is intoxicating when it comes to the music business and the music life. To be able to share emotion and to touch other people's lives, and they listen to your songs and you move them. They apply it to
yeah,
their lives. They interpret to experiences they've had. Then they write you the little notes or the little things, or they remember when Sean smashed his guitar on stage, or they remember those things. We're creating, like, you guys are creating memories for people that will take into the rest of their life, and they'll be able to share it with their friends and their family that, man, we saw Stolen City here, and they played this and they did this, and I bought stock in Capra Sun just because he
yeah.
crushes it every single show. You know, so it sounds like you guys are really moving and grooving. Now, the song that you guys chose to play on the Late Late Show, was that Coming Home?
Yes,
yeah.
that was coming home. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. And of all the songs that you guys have, why did Coming Home rise to the top? Why did you choose that one?
I'm not actually not too sure, to be honest.
Uh, it was because just what's going on in the world. Like we
Yeah, it was nice.
it was something like the feel good song and all, and like so it was just the producers got in touch with us and stuff, and like I had a health scare in March there, and it was over that they got in touch with us and they were like, "Do you want to do this?" So I was on. I gave an interview and stuff like that, and then they were like, "We just play a happy feel good song." We were like, "Yeah," and this song was happy feel good, so we played that, and that's why, because it
No,
makes you feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside.
nice,
Yeah.
man. We actually have it pulled up here, right here on YouTube. Would it be all right if we rock this? We don't know if they're going to shut us down, but we figured we know the
Go
guys.
for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
I think they'll be okay. This is going to be interesting. I'm syncing up some multiple devices here, so let's see if this works, man. So this is Coming Home by Stolen City. This is the official video. I love the word official. It's not just a video, ladies and gentlemen. It's the official
Official.
video. That's awesome. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Stolen City's Coming Home. And as YouTube does it, they switch things around all the time. So we're gonna see if we can pull that one back again. That was fantastic. That's another song that we're gonna play. That's called The Tower, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
that's
car,
terrible.
yeah.
Let's see if we can go back. I even had the right one pulled up. Like that was the beginning of it. I'm like, yeah, this is it. Coming home. This is fantastic. This is gonna be amazing. There we go. I found it, baby. You can't play with Stolen City, man. We're gonna make it happen. Don't mess with us. Don't even do it. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we can try that one more time. I watched this today. The video is fantastic, man. You guys' production value is incredible.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Nothing too fancy productions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, have to give him a shout out.
All right, let's see here. Here we go.
So I'm coming home. So I'm coming home. So I'm coming home. I'm coming home. When I got up to go, I left you on your own. I tore away your heart, then swapped it for my own. But if you stick around, I'll sing you pretty sounds. Then I'll be waiting up all night to spin you round and round. I was lost, but now I'm found. Kept my feet right on the ground. You know me and I know you. All the things that we've been through. So I'm coming home. So I'm coming home. So I'm coming home. 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 I'm coming
Woo!
Yep.
Dude, I like this the stick flip that Ian did when he bounced it on the.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was so cool, wasn't it?
I was delighted that Kier on the videographer got that. I was delighted. I was like, oh my god, I did it. Yeah.
Man, that was awesome. So much fun, man. Like, walk us through the making of that. Like, was that a full day? Was that a couple days? Hold on, we lost Sean. There's Sean. Now he's back.
Sean, he's coming back.
That
He's coming
was a
home.
pretty stressful evening. The making of the video. Well, for me anyway, because I was the only one who actually had the music in my ear. So I was there trying to get the lads to keep in time, so it would sync up perfectly with because we weren't playing it live, obviously. But they had to make it obviously look like it was being played live. So that was very stressful for me. So as you can see, like in the video, my face is just full on concentrated the whole way through the video.
And we were so exhausted, right? Because we were doing a gig that was filmed on a Friday night. Okay, we were doing a gig on a Thursday night that we got home at like 4 o'clock. We all worked normal jobs. We were up early, went to work, and then it was straight then from work into Dublin City Centre where that's filmed. And we had to like run over, did a few takes, and we were all wrecked. And the Spice Girls were playing at Crow Park, which is in Dublin as well that night. So we thought town was going to be crazy big and all, but it was great fun. It was great fun.
It was really
Spice
good fun.
Girls.
Hope.
Spice Girls.
That's how long of a shoot was that for you guys? Like you said, you all worked all day long. You all put in your hours and your energy. Like, and another question, because I've been asked this question a couple times. We've been involved in a couple live music videos, and sometimes they want you to sing, and sometimes they just want you to pretend like you're singing because they're doing so many takes. You know, and as a vocalist, it's like, man, if I'm really belting these out over and over and over and over again, you know, hour after hour after hour, you know, you're gonna hurt yourself. So how much of it was kind of like just going through? I mean, Ian, I know you were really playing, baby. That would look so sweet. You know, just walking down the middle of the street, just wrecking it, man. Having a great time, so much fun. But how much of it were you playing live? I imagine you're playing the guitars live because you want your chord formations and everything to match up, your strung syncopation to match up. But when it came to your vocals and singing, how much of the vocals and singing were you guys really doing, or how much were you trying to act to save up energy? And were you able to get, if you were just singing but not really, were you able to get the same emotional, energetic value on video as if you truly really were singing?
We were really
singing.
We were really playing that because we wanted to get like the crowd involved. So if the crowd see you mouthing the words, they're like, who are these weirdos like doing nothing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were genuinely playing, genuinely singing, and trying to get people to get involved and dance with us and just have a bit of crack with us. So it was a good 6 or 7 hours of just that song on repeat, repeat.
Yeah,
We were sick of it when it was done. We were like, I don't want to hear this song ever again.
Never want to play this song again. Let's say Shauna Morgan says, Stolen City left a music video set to come and play a set and then went back. I don't know how they do it.
We've done that a few times. We've
passion, dedication, love.
We've left recording sessions, gone play the gig, gone back to recording sessions. We've done we did one ridiculous music video shoot. It was like 2 full days, but like we started at 7 o'clock in the morning and finished at 4 o'clock, went home, literally got an hour sleep, got up, got breakfast, went out again and did the exact same. That was awful.
We're hardly in the video. We're not even in
that
video.
We were there staring for morals apart. Oh, that was
We have like tiny little cameos. Just squint, you can see us in the video.
Oh man, that is awesome. Shauna knows you guys, man. I love Shauna. She's fantastic. She's she could write a book just about Stolen City and all the things and experiences she has. Sean broke the lights that night. Good job, Sean. Good job, Sean. Well done.
Sean is gonna get me in trouble for.
She keeps pointing out all the things that you break at the gigs.
Yeah, you're breaking lights, you're breaking guitar. What's going on here? That's why you see nothing in the camera. He's broken everything. He doesn't have cool
great
headphones.
as well.
I think
Dave's got all the musical instruments on the wall. Like Sean doesn't have any of that stuff. He broke it all.
I think she's talking about when I broke the lights for the Stephen Cooper video.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus, yeah. God. Oh my God. You literally added like an extra 2 hours onto the shoot as well because we were trying to figure out how to fix these lights. Oh.
We rented out this big nightclub for like a dance scene we wanted in one of our songs we did with a friend of ours, Stephen Cooper, and we were told not to touch anything, not to mess with anything. I pressed one button and all the lights just went just off. And we had like 4 blue lights, and that was it. And we were like, what the hell is going on? We were trying to fix it for ages. And like our videographer, he does a bit of lighting as well. So we were like, Kieran, just have a look at that there and see if you can fix it. And we were like, right, we have to head off to a gig now. You fix that problem. We'll come back and it'll be sorted. It'll be grand. And, we came back and he was like, no, we just have to go with the blue lights, lads. Sorry. I was like, I ruined the video.
Good job,
I didn't touch
Sean.
anything, I swear.
Good job, Sean. You hit one button.
Literally.
And that was it.
Literally
That's show
touch
business,
anything.
man.
Sean's like, what about this one button right here? What does this do?
Yeah.
It ruins everything. That's what happens. That's the ruin everything button. Fantastic, Sean.
Yeah.
Good job. Well,
I do a good job at breaking things and messing things up.
Hey man, like you said, you guys really work well with each other. You gotta have a little bit of anarchy in there, Sean. It sounds like that's what you bring to the band, which is just absolutely fantastic. Ian's like, oh yeah, man, I love the drums. I'm involved in this. And Dave's like, yeah, this is what I bring. And I bring. Sean's like, I break shit.
Yeah, I just mess things up.
I just
Actually,
wreck
it's
everything.
more of Shauna saying Sean.
Yeah,
breaks.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean break shit.
There's another video we did called Let Her Go, and we wanted to have like just a plain white background and just have us in colourful clothes and stuff. And we walked in and they had the floor painted white for us so that it was like completely white. And I walked in with like a black pair of shoes on and just left marks of my feet the whole way across the floor that they told us not to walk on. But
Shoes,
yeah.
I kind of want to meet Mama and Papa Sean McGrath. And I want to
No,
find
you
out as
No,
a
you don't.
young lad. Like,
Without them.
has this been
time.
happening his whole life? Has he always
with these guys.
has he always been like this? Like, is this what he does? Like, just destroys everything. Like, everything's white. I'm gonna wear black shoes. Why not? It's fun.
Yeah.
Man, that's fantastic.
You can't get my parents together. I destroyed their marriage.
Congratulations. Maybe we can talk to them individually.
It has been happening this whole time.
It has been happening this whole time. Wow. Okay. I gotcha. Fantastic. He would definitely be a part of the empire. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, Sean.
Bringing ruin to the alliance, Sean. I see what's going on here. That's fantastic. Man, so you guys have really been pushing hard. You have some fantastic footage out there, a lot of really great videos on YouTube. We talked a little before about another song that you guys have called The Tower.
Yes.
And we talked about that video as well. I wanted to see if you could kind of explain a little bit about that video and that song, kind of where it came from, the inspiration for it, and would it be all right if we played that as well?
Yeah.
Of course, no, but and it's also, remember I was saying how like our songs sound different, so not like it's not the same style. So if you compare The Tower to Coming Home, like, it sounds like a complete or different band. Doesn't sound like us at all. And like the storyline, we wanted to follow as much of a storyline with the video that would follow the music in the song and the lyrics in the song. So it follows this young girl going through life, has it tough when she's young, and this thing constantly lives with her, and she has support from someone through the whole thing. So it was very heavy hitting now. It was. And it was something that it turned out perfectly. It turned out exactly how we needed it to be. So
nice. What was the time difference between Coming Home and The Tower, like for writing or releasing? Because a lot of times people will write songs, but they don't release them for years. Or sometimes you write a song today and you release it tomorrow. Like, when it comes to your writing style as a trio, what kind of evolution are we looking at between these two songs?
So Coming Home was I think it was a year. It was about a year in the works.
Yeah.
Am I right? Coming Home was a year in the works, and that's happened to us. Like, some of our newer songs are songs that we've had for years. The Tower, literally, we heard Sean sang the chorus of The Tower, and it was literally we wrote The Tower together, recorded it the week later, and got everything together for it. It was literally, as soon as we heard it, we were like, this is just beyond all belief. Like, this is perfect. It was just a big light bulb moment, flicker moment, and we were like, this is what we're going for.
When this happened, you're like, this is it, man. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
Everything feels right. You get the goosebumps. You get the feeling in your body and in your heart. You're like, this is it, man. Like, this feels really, everything about this feels really good.
It just fell together. Literally just fell together, and we were very proud of this song. Now, I have to say,
Nice,
this
man.
was and
That's
lots of
awesome.
work went into the video, and lots of work went into promotion and all. It was a big song for us in February. It did
Yeah,
quite well for us.
you guys don't play around. Your video production quality is through the roof, man. It's absolutely outstanding. You know, I spent
Thank you
today
very
because
much.
like I always before an interview like this, I always go and I listen to as much music as I can. I watch all the videos. I look at the websites. And I try to kind of like look at and learn. And you guys, as John Hammond says, you spare no expense. Like the production quality is incredible. I love that there's storylines behind everything. Like it's not just you three playing on camera. Like there is a plot here. There's a story. There's a direction here. There are emotions and the writing style in it, and then the execution, the translation from song to music video. Is always very interesting to see, and you guys are really you're burning through it, man, and it looks really great, and the production value is fantastic. So we're gonna see if we can sync that one up and play that one as well, man. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight, man. We really do.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's
brilliant.
easy for us.
Oh,
It's only like 8:30 in
Yeah.
Orlando p.m. I think there it's like 1:30. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we'll do we'll play this one. We'll chat for just a couple more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and wrap the show. If you guys wouldn't mind hanging for a couple minutes after we wrap the show, we'll do a little post show, just like we did the pre-show, so you can give us tips and tricks on how to be, better hosts and interviewers.
How to go,
Bye
beard
on
like
such
Sean.
little stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff, and get by on such little sleep.
Like,
Yeah,
how do you do that?
that's absolutely incredible. If the Commodore doesn't sleep 8 hours a night, he's a grumpy Commodore. That's it, man. True story. Sweet. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. This next one is called The Tower by Stolen City. We appreciate you guys spending some time with us. Check out Stolen City. Just look them up on Google, man. They have stuff everywhere, absolutely everywhere. They have stuff on Spotify. They have an incredible Instagram with absolutely fantastic footage. We're really thankful and very, very fortunate to have these fine gentlemen joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us as well. So without further ado, let's see if we can work the magical buttons here, and we're going to sync up this guy here and this guy here. Stand by. Okay, here we go. All right.
You started out as a tower, standing proud and tall till they got their hammers and started chipping at your walls, and they left you shaking. You were only 5 years old and you needed saving. Let me help you fix the cracks in your foundation. I will pick your pieces up. I don't care if it takes 10 minutes or 14 hours, 100 days or a lifetime. I'll help build back up this broken tower until you're strong again. All the doors were broken. You found it hard to let me in. I had to
Well,
There you
damn.
have it.
Nice. Nice.
Holy Toledo.
I really like those lyrics in the chorus.
Man, that was moving,
great.
bro.
I
That
see
was
I see what you mean when you were talking about how that came together in the chorus. You heard him sing
Yeah.
like, that was dope.
Just
Yeah,
Great.
that was super moving. Great story, awesome. I mean, just the visuals itself, just the video itself is an emotionally charged video. Take the audio out. You can watch that video on mute, and if you follow along with what is going on, that is one hell of a story. Then you put the song in there. They could each exist, I think, independently and be extremely moving. You put them together, now you're just exactly Lisa Baker. I'm gonna put that one up.
Yeah.
Tears. That's
it's like we had like seen the video like numerous of times. We've seen it over and over again, and we were like, has what we wanted come true? Like what, our vision for the video has after coming true, and we'd watched it so many times. And then I showed my sister, and I was like, Maria, what do you think of this video? And she watched it, start to finish, and just at the end, you know, when she's in the ambulance at the end, and he's holding her, and then it goes to the flashback of the two kids. And then it goes back to the two of them together. She just broke down crying
Yep.
straight away.
Yeah.
She started raw crying. I was like, "That's what we wanted."
That's what I want. I want you to cry. I want
I want tears.
I want tears. Man, that's awesome. And I gotta say, like, compare the two songs that we listened to, "Coming Home" and "The Tower." It's a both fantastic songs, well written. Incredibly, like, beautiful videos, a lot of fun, a lot of energy, a lot of passion. But you're absolutely right, Dave. Completely different. You know, it's you could still hear the essence of Stolen City in there. It's all in there. All the pieces are there. It's very recognizable and familiar. But when it comes to like just the content, the emotional, like, you got, man, that one was deep, dog. You got deep into the heartstrings, baby. What are you doing? It's crazy. Everybody here is just freaking out. They're crying.
I think for us, a lot of the time with our videos, because we write the music, we want our videos to show people what they're about. It's not just like, oh, we wrote this because we like this sound. We write these things because, like, they're what we experienced. They're what, like, we've gone through. It's things that have happened. Like, some songs aren't. Some songs are just, oh, this would be a nice idea. But, like, I think a lot of the time our videos are more for, like, we try and make sure that they give off the intention of the song or what the song's about, because everyone has their own perception of things. So people see it from our perception as well, you know?
Man. And I really like that, because there's such a level of interpretation when it comes to music. You know, like, we've had people ask us a lot, like, hey, can you guys put your lyrics up, or what is this song about? And I don't mind sharing lyrics and what the song is about, but I love hearing first what they think the song is about. What do you think the song is about? How are you interpreting it? And there are some stories that they've told me they think that's what the song's about. That's not what it's about, but it's incredible. It's better than what the actual song is about.
And there's a great example. There's a great example of that. My favorite band, Incubus, they put out a song called "Dig" on one of their albums, and to make the video, they had different artists and different video makers make up their own music video for the song, and then they, like, voted on which one was the best.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
There was, like, 4 of them that were finalists, and, like, you watch each video, and it's all 4 different interpretations of the song.
Wow.
Because the lyrics can be so vague, and everybody can interpret it a little differently, and it was cool to see, like, that aspect of it. However, I love looking up lyrics because I want to know the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's it's really interesting, the kind of emotion that a specific vocal style can emanate, like the way somebody sings a song, how they sing it, their timbre and their pitch and their tone, the inflection on certain notes and certain letters that kind of resonate with the listener. That accentuate a specific emotion, and then they compile all these emotions and thoughts and interpretations together, and they get an idea of what they think the song is to them. Then they take and they put it all together, and then you have solidified into their memory, into their emotions, something that you've been able to almost like spark something in their body that would have never existed if they hadn't listened to music that you 3 created. And that, to me, is one of the most magical things about music. It's one of the most amazing things about music. It's one of the things, aside from smell, music is one of the biggest kickers of memory ever. which you can listen to. I can listen to a song and tell you where I was when I heard it the first time, what was going on in my life, and just it kind of injects itself right into my brain. I love being able to create music and create those memories in other people as well.
It's like a little mile marker.
Yeah, it's like a little mile marker. Like, I remember hearing Dig for the first time. I remember listening to it. I remember falling in love with it. I remember being like, man, I got to listen to that bass line. That's so freaking groovy. Let me listen to it again and again and again and again. And now I'll always remember, like today, listening to these guys' music at work. I'll remember listening to those songs, being like, where did you first listen to Stolen City? I'll be like, oh, man, I was at work just IT teching it away, just listening and rocking in some Stolen City, having a good day. It's a beautiful Monday, and then taking into consideration that this amazing music that I'm listening to right now, we're going to be talking to that band tonight. And that was a little emotional inception right there. It was kind of overwhelming for me.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm just
Thank you very much. Yeah.
The quality is just incredible, guys. I'm so proud that you're able to spend some time with us. And a huge shout out to Jen Hogan and for making this happen, and to Belter Radio for featuring just absolutely incredible music. It really opened myself and our entire community up to a brand new influx of incredible music. And just absolutely moving music videos. And you guys don't pull your punches, man. You don't hold back. And I'm so excited to see you guys move forward and to see what else you're going to create in this beautiful future, man. I hope you guys make it through the lockdown. I hope you're able to get together soon. Keep writing. Don't stop, Ian. Good luck with the headphone company. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to get our custom-made KitchenKillaz headphones. I know shipping's a little slow right now. No problem. We're very, very patient individuals. Oh wait, I just went to Sean's website and I got beard oil from Sean's website, so you guys can go to Sean McGrath's top10beardtips.com. And you could sign up to learn how to grow a fantastic beard, and he's got his own beard oil that he makes.
That takes effort.
Yeah, it does. A lot of time and a lot of effort. Absolutely.
Unless you just wake up and it looks that awesome.
I like how he said. What did he say before? It was incredible Irish genetics.
No beard oil, just genetics.
Absolutely fantastic.
White genetics all over my face.
Oh yeah, Dave. I gotta say, since we're delving down to the heart and the emotion of things. I was scrolling through social media a little earlier, and I saw a picture of you, and you didn't have hair. And
yes.
you had mentioned that this past March you were going through a pretty tough time with some health things that were going on in your life, and here we are just a couple months later, looking stellar. Your health looks amazing. You've got nothing but a beautiful smile on. Everybody in our chat, guys and girls as well, are falling in love with you head over heels. So your address, and I'm just kidding. I actually don't know. I don't even know. I usually make an address up right now, but I don't know zip codes. I have no idea what an address in Ireland would even look like.
over here as well.
So aside from the quarantine, aside from what was going on with the lockdown, trying to keep a band together, trying to work, and then not only to be trying to manage all that emotionally, physically, physiologically, mentally, everything, then you were kind of introduced to a new challenge in your life. Would you be willing to talk about that a little bit? Would that be okay?
Yeah, of course. No bother. So it was February, and we were releasing the Tower. The Tower was like such a huge song for us, and we were constantly doing loads of gigs and doing loads of radio interviews and all. And I was feeling really tired and stuff, and I came up with these blood blisters on my mouth and stuff. And it turns out that we were doing gigs, and I was like almost collapsing on the stage doing the gigs. Like it was getting insane. So then on the 6th of March, we had done a gig in a school, and I said, lads, I really don't feel well. And that morning I had given bloods in hospital in Ireland, and I got like a call after. While doing the gig, I was missing calls, and I got a call from the hospital, and they were saying, look, listen, you need to come in. I said, okay. So I rushed in, whatever, and they told me it's cancer, it was leukemia. I was diagnosed on the 6th of March this year. And then basically, so everything went into lockdown. The world shut down a few days later after I was diagnosed. So it was difficult, of course, but you just have to keep on going. Just keep on going through the whole thing. So it's all good. I'm still in the middle of treatment. I'm actually up tomorrow for chemo tomorrow morning. I only have a few more sessions left, and then we're all done. So, but everything's super and everything's going great.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask, because you look amazing. How's your energy? How are you sleeping? How's everything going? It touches everybody differently, but it's always one of those things where some people see that as like is like that's it, it's over, and that's not true. Like there's so many
No,
incredible
it's
things
not.
out there, so many incredible people out there, but it takes a brand new sense of strength, a brand new sense of will, a brand new sense of priority and love, and you really get to see how much your friends and your family love you and your community loves you and the
Yeah,
support that people receive. It's a very, very, very interesting to watch somebody go through something like that. But you can't put pause on the rest of your life.
no.
You've still been pushing. You've still been pushing forward. And even right now, saying that you have a session today. Is it today or tomorrow?
Yeah,
Is it
well,
today?
today actually, today in a few hours. I get a few hours into me, and then I'll be up. Yeah, but yeah, and it's amazing with the band and all. People got in touch with us that we worked with, like managers we worked with years ago. Were in touch. They were like, "God, we're so." And we haven't heard from them in donkeys years, and they were in touch with us saying, like, "We're so sorry to hear about this, and anything we could do to help." And it's like, "Jesus, it's so nice of you to get in touch with us," you know.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And it's I got to say, Sean and Ian, how was that when, like, from your perspective? Not only is he your bandmate, but he's your friend, he's your brother. Like, receiving that information, man. If I were to hear something like that, and if it happened to somebody close to my life, my dad's okay now, but he was diagnosed with esophageal cancer a couple years ago, and you never really think it's going to hit your life until it hits your life. And then you realize, like, there's between the chemo and the radiation and the PICC lines and the food and the diet and the sleeplessness and this getting, like, just what it does to the body. And it was just like everybody just came out of the walls just pouring as much love and support and everything as they
oh,
could.
yeah.
Some people didn't know what to do, so they stayed away. They didn't message, they didn't come by, they didn't want to interfere, they didn't want to bother anybody. So I would imagine from Ian and Sean's point of view, it's much different because you're their brother. Like Sean and Ian, how did you guys feel about that? How did you manage that? Did you say, okay, we're going to shift up the way that we hang out and treat Dave and go a little easier? Did you kind of like double down and just stay supportive and keep pushing forward? Like, how did you guys manage that?
To be honest, I think we just sort of treated him the same and treated him worse if I hadn't probably. just to let him not let him just so he keep his same sort of mental state, I suppose. See, it was hard because the whole world shut down, so Dave was like literally locked in a hospital room by himself for like 5 weeks. He was like basically in prison for 5 weeks, not being able to get any visitors or nothing. So obviously we would have liked to be able to go in and chat and keep his spirits up and stuff. But sure, we had our Zoom calls and our Skype chats and all this stuff as well. So that's what well, I hope it helps anyway. He probably got sick
Oh,
bits
it
at one
did. It
stage.
did.
No, it did. And like that's exactly what they said to me. They were like, "Listen, look, we had a gig the next day. I was diagnosed, and I was like to the doctor, please, can I get out for this gig?" And they were like, "No." And the lads were like, "Don't worry about it. We'll sort it." And thankfully, that was the only gig I missed because the rest of them got cancelled because of COVID.
So, yeah.
But like, the lads kept on walking. They kept on. They pushed for. We released a song called Sparks during lockdown. They pushed through that. Asked my opinion, and they treated me the exact same way as they would beforehand, which was amazing, and it was great. And fair play to them.
Man, that's and everybody handles it differently. And Ian, I would probably do the
Mm.
same thing you did. Like, I would probably treat him the same. I might lean on him, lean on him a little bit and
This
keep
is
it
Yeah.
going.
toughen you up,
Yeah, this is
boy.
gonna toughen you up, bro. Like, we're not letting you. Like, you're gonna be okay. Like, we're
Yeah,
gonna push
that's
through
it.
this.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm about to pull my punches now, I don't think so, bro. You're starting to think you are. But and like you said in the very beginning, it was different for everybody because you were by yourself for 5 weeks, Dave. Like, five
Yeah.
weeks in quarantine, so nobody could come and visit you. You couldn't have, like, I would imagine what a journey. What a journey through, like, your life and your mind and your heart and just absolutely everything. Like,
Yeah.
were you able to find peace in those 5 weeks? I imagine it was a litany of emotions and challenges that you experienced. But man, did you feel enlightened at the end of that 5 weeks? You had so much. When was the last time anybody had 5 weeks to just sit with their mind and their thoughts?
Yeah. It was insane. Like it wasn't a genuine. It wasn't too bad. I'll be honest with you. And I kind of did like
He's
flow
like, I don't
by
even
because I've
like Ian and
always.
Sean.
I don't look at no. I always kept positive through the whole thing, and I always knew like this is all gonna come to an end, and I'm gonna get out again. I'm gonna get to see friends. I'm gonna get to go gigging and doing everything. I had a guitar really with me the entire time, and I was doing a bit of writing and stuff when I was in there. So
Oh, nice. That's good.
yeah, so that was nice. Like that was nice to get to do that and everything. So it was fine. Like obviously it's not ideal, but it wasn't the worst. And I wasn't missing out on anything really because everything was cancelled, so that was fine.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
actually got
Dave.
some time to myself, which was absolutely fantastic, and I didn't have to do those two jokers at all, which is incredible. That's a and you bring up a really good point as well to staying positive. You bring up a really
Yes.
good point. You know, there's a lot of short story. I just finished again watching the series Breaking Bad, which was an incredible series, and there was a part where Skyler and Walter were talking to his oncologist, and Skyler was talking about like more holistic healing, more not necessarily 100% into the medicine, but is there benefits to holistic healing and positive thought? And the oncologist said, absolutely. A positive thought is necessary for any of the medicine to work anyway. That if you go in there with a negative mindset that this isn't going to work, it doesn't matter what medicine you put in your body, the body cannot live without the mind. So if the mind is positive and you're pushing forward, that positive nature, that positive train of thought helps people get through it, helps people overcome it, and the body reacts to the thoughts that the mind has. So I love the fact that you said, I tried to stay positive. This will end. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to get there, and it's going to be great, and this is going to be behind me one day. I'm going to be stronger for it. My relationships are going to be stronger for it. My band's going to be stronger for it. My friends and family are going to be stronger for it. And I'm going to be a shining example of absolute success after being handed some pretty tough information and going through it in a time of a pandemic that we haven't experienced in 100 freaking years.
Years, yeah, I know.
Oh, you know, Dave likes a good challenge.
Look what I can
Don't
do.
do
Dave
stuff in
likes a
half
good
hours
challenge.
anyways.
Let's give him 2 of them at the same time. Man, that's awesome. And you guys, you had just mentioned that you released a song called Sparks, and you have that on your YouTube as well. Would it be okay if we wrap the show with that?
Of course,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah.
No
Nice,
bother at
my
all.
man. That is super cool. And would you guys mind talking a little bit about this song, where it came from, and the meaning behind it?
Sean, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sorry, my mic keeps going off for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Well, yeah.
But we kind of wanted to follow up the tower with something that was a bit more kind of poppy, a bit more romantic kind of sound. So we started just having a chat, and we were talking about like how we had our first relationships, and like the feeling of like the first time you're with someone, or the first time you're kissing someone, and all the little stupid things that you think back on now, and you're like, Jesus, that was such a big deal when it happened the first time. And then we were like, it kind of like, it always feels like a spark, and it always feels like, Jesus, this is new, this is adventurous, like what's going on. And we just kind of wrote about all those little things that happen and that you remember as you get older and get into bigger relationships and more important relationships and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where it came from. And then we belted this out, and I think it's going to be my favorite song to play live when we get back. We haven't played this properly live yet.
A full band, but it's terrifying coming from, because this is the first song obviously we released after the tower, and the tower, we feel like we were so proud of the tower, and it got such a good reaction, the tower did, and then you're releasing Sparks after, and you're so scared of what is it going to be as good as the tower? Are people going to connect with it as much as they did with the tower? But it did well. We were happy with it.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I think Sean said something really important. He thinks it might be his favorite song to play, and they haven't even played this properly on stage.
Yeah.
And some people, musicians, understand what you mean when you say that. You know, some people don't, but there's a completely different energy when you're playing it in rehearsal, when you watch it for a music video, but then you play it on stage in front of people. Like it takes on a completely different existence. It's absolutely 100% different. The performance is different. The energy is different. The overall feeling is different. It's really, really incredible. So I'm excited for you guys to play this properly and rock out, man. And I hope it sounds like Sean really connects to this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that you can hear on the album, but then once you hear it live, and I think a huge part of this, and which might be what you're referring to, is when they experience the energy that you're putting out as you're playing that live. Man, that song can have a completely different impact on you.
Yeah.
And when you legitimately enjoy playing it live that much, the people listening, the audience, they can feel that, they can see that, they can hear it, and it brings the song up a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
that's gonna be awesome, man.
I'm excited for you guys to play that live.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
we can
Lovely.
come and
See a
play it in
video.
Orlando sometime soon.
Hell yeah,
Yes.
dude. We'll be there, man. I'll get my Sean beard and everything. I'm gonna you can go to Sean McGrath Top 10 Beer Tips and you can buy your own Sean beard. You got to strap it on your ears, but it's absolutely incredible. Like, I'm really excited. I'm gonna have my Ian headphones. I'm gonna have my Sean beard on. I'm excited. I'm just
We're gonna-
excited.
We're
It's
gonna come and
fantastic.
play in your kitchen.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That would be so
Like a
cool.
show.
Dude.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Are any of you cooks? Can you guys whip up some Irish deliciousness?
Oh,
I
yes.
do a
Chicken
bit
fillet
of
roll.
cooking. I'm not
Yeah.
sure
They're all
about,
like,
I'm not
yes,
sure
I
about
love
Ian.
it. I was
Dave-
worried they were gonna be like, no.
Dave-
Oh,
Dave's a
You're on your
vegan.
own, bro. We play music. We don't cook food. But man,
Dave,
that
Dave's
would
a
be awesome.
vegetarian,
Uh,
so it's
Yeah,
pretty.
dude. If you make it anywhere to the Sunshine State, let us know, man. We would love to come out and support you and just rock out. And I guarantee I'm gonna wear my Sean beard and nobody can stop me. I'm gonna give you
100%.
Some of the broken headstock sessions. The
Oh,
broken
yeah.
guitar session.
Jen Hogan was asking before, since Sean's mic wasn't working.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most likely.
That's probably what
Oh man, fantastic! Well, a huge shout out to Stolen City for joining us tonight. Sean, Dave, and Ian, thank you guys so much for hanging with us. We're gonna rock this last tune, guys. You guys gotta check these guys out. Google them, look them up, find them on Spotify, Bandzoogle, Instagram.
I've already got a couple
They
songs
got
off
a Twitter.
iTunes.
You can actually head over to their main website, stolencity.bandzoogle.com. They have a really, really great website up there. Really nice and easy, right on their homepage. Their first event coming up Saturday, January 30th, 2021, the Grand Social in
Fingers
Dublin.
crossed. Hopefully.
It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. I believe in it. I'm excited to see the pictures from it. I'm excited to see the videos from it. I'm excited to hear how it goes. And if you guys wind up playing Sparks on that at that show, Sean, I want to know how you feel. I want to know if it is
We will-
indeed your favorite
will
your favorite live song.
100% be playing Sparks. Even if the audience are gone, we will be playing Sparks
We
on
do.
that
Play,
night.
play that shit. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much. I'm going to bring up this video right here. Let's see if we could do a little syncopation. Three.
Hello.
We were walking down Dame Street in the pouring rain. Then you took my breath away with just a touch of your hand. Reminiscing on old days and how so much has changed and how the whole world fades away with just a passing glance. Can we just turn back time? And we sparked like a cigarette, and we danced till our feet were dead. Oh, we made it look effortless, and we thought it would never end. We stole your brother's car and drove the night away. We sat and watched the rain dance against the glass. Your head against my chest, and you felt every breath. Then you looked up and said, I hope this never ends. Can we just turn back time?
Another freaking banger, as
Wow.
Jen Hogan says.
Stolen City, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, that was awesome.
Great
Man,
job,
thank you
guys.
guys so much for spending some time with us. We most certainly appreciate it. That is so cool. And man, the music is fantastic. I'm so excited to hear you guys continue and grow and evolve, because if the music is so amazing now, I can only imagine how much more involved and bigger and more grand and incredible. Like, you're already tugging on the heartstrings of everybody in the entire chat, man. Like, I can only imagine a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, like, the world's going to know who you guys are, and I'm really excited to be able to share some time with you guys. And thank you for joining the Great Commodore Night tonight. And
Thanks so much, guys.
Keep
Thanks
doing
so
it.
much.
Thanks for having us, lads.
Thanks for having
Really,
us, lads.
we really appreciate this.
Dude,
Let's do
absolutely,
it
man.
again.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
100%,
about. I'd like to see if we can get together maybe after that January show, man. I want to see how it is and hear how it was and catch us up and let us know how Sparks went. You know,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to eat. And like Sean says, he's like, we'll play it to nobody. I don't even care. We're playing
matter.
the song.
We're setting up, playing
We're
Sparks.
setting up. We're playing that shit. It's going to happen. That is awesome. I'm going to send you guys back to the green room. Sean, please try not to break anything. I appreciate that. We just got it back together from Peyton last Monday, going crazy. The digital green rooms, they're unforgiving. I'll say that. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's see. How do we bring in? We brought who in first? We brought Sean in first, then Dave, then Ian. Is that what we did? That's right, because we were talking mad smack about Ian. That's right.
Whoa, we were getting personal with him.
Yeah,
We
that's
were.
right. We're gonna take Sean off first. Now we can talk mad smack about Sean real quick. That's fantastic.
I don't even
Guys,
like
listen.
beard that much.
His,
to be
his,
honest.
his beard isn't even that good, no.
Beard is not a good beard.
Okay, don't give up on Sean. He's a good guy, you know. Just try to wrap everything in bubble wrap or something like that, you know. Just try to take care of the friendship, manage it. Sounds like he needs you guys. He really does.
Get some extra braces on the headstock.
Yeah.
Every guitar is reinforced.
Yeah, he needs a guitar
That'd be
tech
fine.
just by him the entire time. So just in
Yeah.
case anything's going on, he has nothing happen to the guitar. He just hands over the guitar, and there's an amazing guitar tech that's like, okay, thank you very much, Sean. You're not going to break that one. That's fantastic. I love it. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Okay, who do we brought Ian in last? Okay, so Dave's got to go. Then we're going to talk smack about him. It's going to be
See you later,
fantastic. All right. That's right, man. Ian, thank you so much for joining us, man. I really appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you guys hanging with the jokes and just having a good time, sharing some time with us. We know it's been a super late night, so we most certainly appreciate it. And it sounds like you got two really great guys there, man. It sounds like you really got some two amazing individuals that you're able to share this journey with. I'm really proud of you guys. So awesome.
Thank you very much. I have the day off work tomorrow, so I don't care that I'm up late. The other lads have to get up, so.
Ian's like, "Come on, tomorrow. Let's go another hour. No problem."
Yeah, let's keep going.
Dave, deal with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Sweet. Ian, hang out in the green room. We'll be right with you, my man. We're going to actually
Perfect.
talk mad smack about all three of you. So we'll talk to you in just a moment. So cool, man. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is the great
Commodore.
Oh, I like it. We're the KitchenKillaz, classified as a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We do it every Friday, and we do it free. That's right. Check us out on Wednesday night at 7:05. We'll see you live Friday the 13th at Heather Bator's at 9:05. And a huge shout out to Stolen City for joining us, Dave, Sean, and Ian.
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, right. Friday the 13th, man. I'm excited.
exciting.
I'm excited. So a huge shout out to Stolen City for spending some time with us. Absolutely incredible lads.
Got some new music to
That's
listen
right.
to.
And I know how to, and I can say Capri Sun differently. Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Yeah, Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
I learned a lot today. I
Oh.
learned a lot today. It was an educational day for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm learning a lot. That's right, man.
I wish I could talk in that accent too.
If I guarantee, if you lived in Ireland for a little bit, you would just naturally pick it up.
Probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, and from what I understand, you can take speech pathology classes from Sean as well. Yeah.
What's the website?
Sean McGrath talksinirish.com. I think he actually speaks Gaelic as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure. Because like he said, incredible.
He may be the most destructive, but he is the most talented.
Yeah.
In looks, in speech,
Yeah.
in music,
Oh,
in
yeah.
sing, like all of them.
Oh, yeah,
Sean's like you
that
can't do this
outstanding
without me.
Irish genetics, I think is what he attributed it all to.
Nice job, Sean.
That's fantastic.
Keep him afloat.
That's right. I'm gonna do one of these because it's gonna be so funny. There you go. A nice little background. You guys have a good night. Night. Find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and email. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors: Wayne Dench Incorporated, EMS Mobile Detailing, Casador Studios, Tornatori's Cafe and Pizzeria, and Lakeland Barbecue / Lakeland Ice Cream Company, keeping everything sticky, sweet, and delicious. Which I hear the same thing about Stolen City: sticky, sweet, and delicious.
Wonder how they keep things sticky. We're gonna get into that next time they're on the show. But for now, you guys have a great night.
That's right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great Monday.
We out.